Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to focus in on this person's perspective of you and your connection. And I am super excited to get to today's reading because we are not only talking about the positive attributes they see within you, but also the shadow qualities. So basically my goal behind today's reading is to give you clarity on their perspective. If this person is confusing to you or if they are giving you mixed signals, I do aim to give you clarity today as to why that might be. And I think the key lies here within the shadow elements they're seeing within you. Now, another thing I want to point out that is coming to me as I'm chatting with you is that some of these qualities that your person is seeing within you that we would call shadow qualities could actually be projection on their end. So they may be mirroring this, or you have acted as a mirror to them and revealed this within themselves. But instead of doing that inner work and understanding that that perspective is coming from a place of maybe things that they have within them, they are deciding to project that onto you instead. And I'm not saying for everything we're going to chat about that's the case, but that message did come through. And so we'll be talking about that in today's reading. Now, I am going to be doing an extended for this reading here today, where we will be talking about your person's intentions towards you. Today's reading is going to be focused on basically their viewpoint, their inner world. And if you are curious to see what is coming next from this person in the 3D, you are welcome to join us for the extended, where we'll be talking about their next moves and intentions. If you do find yourself resonating with today's reading, there will be a link to that down below in the description box and the pinned comment to make it super easy for you, or you can find it directly over on Patreon. Okay, so let's hop into the reading, you guys. We're going to cover a lot in today's reading. To make it super clear for you, this top row up here is talking about your light attributes or your positive qualities your person is observing within you. And then down below, we have the shadow elements. Now, before I start channeling the messages for you, I want to make it crystal clear that none of this has to be objectively true from your point of view. We're talking about your person's perspective. So if you are listening along and you're like, okay, well, I don't agree with this, or I don't agree with that, that is a-okay. This is talking about your person. And that's another reason why I brought up projection to you, because some of these qualities may be within your person, and instead of identifying that within themselves, they're projecting that onto you, almost playing like the scapegoat game or the blame game in a way. So let's hop into it. I want to get started with the good stuff. I know everyone has preferences on whether to hear the good news or the bad news first. I just talked about that in a reading not too long ago. I want to start with the good stuff, and then we're going to hop into the deeper shadow elements, okay? So representing your positive side, the positive qualities your person views within you, we have the mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. We also have adventure. Adventure is the path to new worlds. Whale, number 37, that does reduce down to a 10/1 for those of you who are life path ones, or maybe born in January or the first of any given month, maybe even March 7th. But anyway, we have the whale, deep wisdom, connection with the ocean of emotions, segueing us right into emotions are running high with supermoon, and the healer archetype. So first of all, your person finds you to be very emotionally intelligent. Some of you out there might be feeler types, or you are just very, very in tune with your own emotional world. Not only that, you are also deeply connected with the divine, at least from your person's point of view. Maybe you spend a lot of time in prayer, or devoting a lot of time to your own emotional and spiritual development and well-being. If that's the case, it certainly has not gone unnoticed by your person. They view you as somebody who feels a deep connection to all that is. And maybe that is true for you and you've been vocal with this person about that. If that's the case, they have definitely put their listening ears on and they've paid close attention to what you've had to say about that. They feel like your presence in and of itself is very warm and healing to them. Maybe you've, oh dang it, a song just wanted to channel in. I lost it. If it comes back, I'll let you guys know. The energy I was getting from it is maybe you've taken a lot of time to try to help heal this person or to help this person out with their emotional world. I would not be surprised at all if you have actually devoted quite a bit of your time, energy, and attention towards helping this person, or maybe even acting as like a guide or a mentor to point this person in a more positive direction, especially if they have been quite down and out recently, or at some point in the past, maybe they were very, very down and out and you sort of wanted to sweep in and, you know, pick them back up on their feet or something like that. That really hasn't gone unnoticed. This person's paid close attention to the assistance you've given them. And even just your energy in general seems to be quite healing to this person. You've helped them in more ways than you probably know. And they also feel like you're quite free-spirited. I'm definitely viewing that from your person's perspective, that they view you as somebody who definitely doesn't favor logic in making decisions. You're more likely to like go on a whim, follow your heart, and go where you feel like you're being called at any given moment. And that's definitely something I think your person revels in, they admire about you, and they're fascinated by. They just really feel like your heart and your intuition are your guiding forces in this life. And I really feel like to them, it's almost adventurous, because maybe your person is quite opposite from that. And they tend to focus on logic in making all of their decisions versus what their gut and their heart is telling them to do. And again, they view you as somebody who is very, very deeply connected with the divine. Some of you out there could be healers, light workers, empaths, psychics. We could have some fellow tarot readers out there, or people that, again, you know, are just very committed to their spiritual path as well. So now let's talk about the other stuff here. We'll just call it the other stuff. The shadow side your person is picking up on you. Now, we have thief as the first attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Awakening. Awakening is the process of discovering your true self. The Puma, number 24, February 4th could be important. That also reduces to a 6. Life path 6, the month of June, or the 6th of any given month could be important. The Puma, be strong and agile, react promptly. Be bold and make the first move with Cardinal Moon. And then Aletheia, which essentially boils down to the energy of truth, okay? And I'm seeing a lot of synchronistic energies coming through here as well. So last time I'm going to give this PSA. You don't necessarily have to find this section to be accurate for it to still be resonating with your reading, as this is coming from your person's perspective. They may or may not be projecting their own stuff onto you, okay? So I want to make that clear. Now let's get into the messages. So maybe you did take something from this person, either literally or metaphorically. They might almost, and I just heard copycat, so I don't know what that's all about. Maybe this person feels like you borrow your ideas or your inspiration from others, maybe even from them. Or it could even just be in a broader sense that this person feels like you're lacking in some sort of confidence in yourself. So you're always looking to other guides or mentors to point you in the right direction. Maybe you struggle a little bit with making the first move or making logical moves. Okay, I could see that as well. Since your person very much views you as the type that follows your gut and follows your heart in making decisions, it could be that making tough decisions using logic is really difficult for you, and your person has picked up on that if that's the case. Especially when it comes to making the tough decisions in life that we all have to make sometimes. This person when they view you, they feel like maybe that's a struggle for you, or that's difficult, especially when it comes to making the first move or going in a new direction that feels uncertain to you, especially if your heart is kind of like giving you an opposite message than what your mind is telling you is what's best, okay? And maybe you're always trying to seek support or validation from other people when it comes to making decisions like that. Like you have a really difficult time actually just going for it, being bold, and, you know, tapping into your own inner strength to go for it and do it when your mind tells you it's the correct thing to do. You could be trying to like play off the reactions of others before making that decision. And again, this is your person's perspective, okay? I really do think that you and your person are quite opposite from one another, at least when it comes to what your guiding light is in this lifetime, at least from this perspective, okay? It could also be that they feel like maybe you're a little bit lost. Like I'm getting a message where this person feels like you view yourself as perpetually lost. Like you're always seeking something. You're always searching for something. Maybe it's the truth. Maybe it's the right path for you. Maybe it's the right relationships for you. This person seems to view you as somebody who is always in search of things. You're always seeking things, but never getting to that destination. You're always kind of just flowing through the motions and hoping that the tides are going to carry you where you need to go. So, this is very interesting so far. I'm going to hop into the tarot where we'll dive a little bit deeper. Shortly after that, I'll pull some channeled messages from them to you to see what they would like to say to you right now, if they felt like they could be completely open and honest at this time. We will do tiles and charms as well to give you bonus confirmation and insight. And then I will end today's reading with a short message just for you, whatever you need to hear the most. And then after that, we will hop into the extended where we're talking about what's coming next from this person. Now, as I shuffle out the cards, if you feel called to, I would love it if you would help support the channel by liking the video. You can also share your story down below in the comments and subscribe if you're new. We would love to have you join us. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into this person's inner world, their overall thoughts and feelings about you. Okay, this one popped out. There we go. Yeah, they view you as the type of person that's very, like, you're very much in your head. You are very much always going within. Transformation and change seems to be really important to you. Like, remember what we were saying earlier, this person feels like you believe you have a very deep connection to the divine. Maybe you are very passionate about your personal and spiritual growth journeys. And your person really believes that you're committed to that. They don't doubt that one bit. They also feel like you are not afraid to make changes. Now, when you make those changes, yes, they feel like you tend to favor your gut, your intuition, and your heart in deciding what changes to make versus logic. But they feel like, nonetheless, you are not afraid to transform. You are not afraid to say goodbye to things that don't serve you. Let go of crutches you have. Let go of those vices and continue onward with what does serve your highest good. I would say overall your person's really impressed by you as a person. They view you as somebody who is so different from them, but at the same time, they also feel like the two of you are kindred spirits. Like they almost want to be more like you, and they kind of wish sometimes you'd be a little bit more like them. This is such an interesting thought process your person has towards you. And I set this apart, and I didn't intend on it being mirrored like this, but that likely happened for a reason. We have the Hermit, Death, the Page of Swords, the Devil, the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, King of Swords. So as for zodiac signs, for those of you who are curious, we have Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Sagittarius coming through. So the one thing I do want to note is that I'm seeing a timeline here minus Libra. because Virgo segues into Libra, which then goes into Scorpio, which then, oh wait, we're missing Sagittarius too. So never mind, scratch that. Maybe Libra and Sagittarius seasons are kind of iffy for this connection, okay? But overall, like the fall to winter-ish months could be really important to your person, or that's something that they think about. Maybe that's when the two of you met, or have been through a separation or something significant. For some reason, they're highlighting that time frame. But maybe Libra and Sagittarius seasons were like off within that. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to sit and speculate. Anyway, hopping back into the message, they feel like they've seen you change a lot since the first time they met you. So you could have some strong history with this person. Maybe you've known them for a really long time, or you've been through some pretty radical changes since you did meet them, even if it hasn't been a long time. And I think that's very impressive to them. If that's the case, you could be very vocal with them. Maybe you've been very expressive about what your journey has been like. And they really love that about you, if that's the case. They listen to what you have to say to them. I think that even if your person has put on a front that they're unbothered in some way, they are quite bothered, I guess you could say, because they listen to what you've had to say to them intently. They just might not show it on the outside with the King of Swords here. They prefer to put on a very logical, stoic sort of front to you. They like to wear that mask around you very well, but deep down inside, they admire you probably a lot more than you're aware of. They pay close attention to what you say. They watch you like a hawk. This person is like low-key obsessed with you, but they would never ever let you know how deep that well really runs within them. In fact, in many ways, you check all of this person's boxes. They view you as quite the wish fulfillment to them. Like, oh, another song just tried to channel through, but I lost it. It happens so quickly. If it comes back, I'll let you know. The energy behind it, what was just coming through, is you're everything that I'm missing. Like, the way your person views you is that everything that they feel they lack, you are, like 100%, and almost vice versa. So I'm really getting like a strong inverse here between you and your person, where at least from their point of view, they feel like you are total opposites, like a complete mismatch. Totally like two sides of the same coin though, where even though from an outside perspective, you are completely opposite, you're very different, your core remains the same. It's like they almost view you as the same, except you express things in the opposite way that they do, but at your very core, you are fundamentally like almost the same. I don't know how to explain it to you. So you might find that this connection is very polarizing, like one of you is left, the other one is right, you're opposites in many ways, but at your core, when it all boils down to the same, you're not very different at all. The song You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins, that's coming through. So it could even be that there's something involving reputation here, where this person feels as though, like from an outsider perspective, people would view you as like a mismatched couple, like they would not understand why you're attracted to each other because you're not even similar. But this person knows that deep down, you're really not that different at all. And they admire you for that. They feel like you fill in all the gaps. You, in a way, are everything that they need, everything that they lack, and vice versa. This person is also not afraid to see that within you too. And maybe that's partially why I felt called to do a strong shadow side section of this reading, because maybe your person really wants you to know that they can see your flaws, they can see your weaknesses, they can see things within you that you can't see, and that they still love and care for you all the same, even being so. That you don't have to be perfect for this person, because even with your imperfections, you are still perfect to them. And they're not afraid to see all sides of you. This is turning into a very, very intense reading, you guys. And I didn't see this coming, but here we are. they feel like you're such a strong person, and you're a lot stronger than you know you are. Because with one of your shadows, I saw you lacking in confidence from their perspective. And remember, you don't have to agree with that. Maybe you feel like you're very confident and very bold, but from your person's perspective, they feel like you could even be stronger than you are right now. They feel like you have a power within you that many people do not, and maybe you haven't harvested and harnessed your full potential yet. And your person really, I can tell, wants you to shine. They want you to tap into that power. They want you to embrace everything that they see within you, because your person sees so much light within you that they feel like you've only tapped into like 1% of the potential that they see. This person, they've spent quite a long time hyper-analyzing you. I'll say that much for sure. And I'm super excited for the extended, because I want to know what this person's next moves are. And it's quite interesting because typically when I do readings, I get some sort of indication of whether or not this is contact, no contact, separation. And I haven't gotten any indication here. So it could be that it's very different from person to person watching. Some of you may be in communication, some of you may not be. I suppose it doesn't matter. Whether or not you're in communication with this person, their feelings and their thoughts about you have not changed. They don't change. I would honestly say this is likely to be a higher level connection. If I'm being straight up with you, I do see some twin flamey vibes coming from this, and I'm always very hesitant to mention that when I'm doing readings because I know of like the twin flame obsession. I would just say be very careful with that. At the end of the day, the purpose of meeting a twin flame is to awaken you spiritually. And a lot of times people get like hyped up on the bandwagon of, you know, it being this crazy connection and you have to be together and you must be together, and they get stuck in a cycle for, you know, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years running and chasing. And I would just say be very careful, because at the end of the day, this is your life. And even if you believe in multiple lifetimes, this is your life right now. And spending, you know, even a year running after someone who is running away from you is personally, I think, a waste of your time, your precious time and energy. And you should be pouring that love and devotion towards yourself. And if the connection is meant to come into union or meant to circle back around, it will, and you can really trust that process. And the only way to come into alignment anyway is to focus on yourself and your own development and prioritize you as number one. So anyway, I didn't intend on going on that long spiel, and I'm not going to. What I was trying to say is just be careful and always make sure you're making yourself number one. That's all. And at the end of the day, I'm just a reader on YouTube, and you don't have to listen to me at all whatsoever. At all. At the end of the day, this is your life. You get to make the decisions you think are best for you. And that is a beautiful thing. Gotta love free will. So anyway, okay, so we have confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Daydreaming. I'm always longing for you. Chaser. I don't want to chase anymore. Some of you out there are like, that's me. Okay, we also have hope. I haven't given up on us yet. And guilty. I feel the pain from the damage I have caused. All right, let's get a couple more cards out from my handmade deck, and then we'll chat a little bit more. I'm trying to figure out what to say to you. Are you ready for it? Some of you might be no contact with this person, and they're thinking about how to like come back in. I just heard how to slide into your DMs, and I don't say that like ever. That is not something I say ever. I don't know if I've actually ever said that before out loud. So that must mean something to someone. They might want to reach out to you through social media, especially if like you're not in contact. Okay, anyway, we also have believe in miracles. Do you see the signs too? And trust me, this person may want to gain your trust or regain your trust if they broke it. Okay. Yeah, this person's missing you. They're longing for you. Even if you're still in contact with them, I think that they miss you and long for you a lot more than they've expressed. Like, even if you're only apart for a few hours or a couple of days here and there, they miss you. They love being in your presence. Remember, they view you as somebody who is incredibly healing to them. You recharge them. And it's like you light their fire in a lot of ways. I'm having a lot of phrases come through in this section. So I think your person really has a lot of bottled up emotions and energies they want to share with you. Maybe they feel like they're blocked from doing that for some reason. And it could even be as simple as you're emotional, you're intuitive. This person feels like they're lacking in that department. So maybe they just feel like they have all of this built up tension and emotion that they want to get out to you, but they don't know how. Because again, remember, when they're projecting, they feel like you're the emotional one, you're the emotionally intelligent one. They feel like they're lacking in that department, even if in reality they aren't. They just like are doubting themselves. Yeah, I feel like in the shadow section of this reading, your person was highly projecting, like they were projecting their issues onto you. Because maybe they're the ones that are lacking in confidence and expression and making the first move. So they're like blaming you for it instead. Your person's kind of ridiculous. And I say that with a loving heart. Like they're a little bit ridiculous. Okay. I just heard embarrassed as well when I looked over at this card. They may feel embarrassed about something that they said or did. Maybe they did cause some damage to this connection and they're ashamed of that. And so they don't know how to approach you, possibly. Believe in miracles, and do you see the signs too? They might be seeing synchronicities about you. Dragonflies could be important. Hot air balloons could be significant as well. Maybe those are some signs or synchronicities your person has been seeing relating to you or this connection, or vice versa. All right, let's get out tiles and charms next. And then... you guys, I'm so happy to have my voice back. For those of you who are regulars on the channel, I was like so bummed that I couldn't work for a few days there. Like, I really was so bummed. I love what I do for a living, you guys. I absolutely love working with you, reading for you. I was so like upset. But I feel like if I'm going to go on a side tangent, I'm going to do this. Somebody out there probably needs to hear it if I feel called to share. So I'm going to, okay? Anyway, I feel like the universe / God almost forced me to take a few days off because like I love working. I'm a life path 4. I love staying busy. I love working. I don't know what else to say. I enjoy it. I'm a very hard worker. And oftentimes I'm the type of person where if someone needs my help in an instant, I'll be like, all right, I'll take some time off. I'll come help you. But I really struggle with doing the same for myself. Like if I'm not feeling well or I'm tired, I'm like, nope, I'm going to get up and work anyway. Or nope, I have things I need to do. But the second anyone else needs me to have their back, in a heartbeat, I'll put off work or I'll work later and I'll work my schedule around it. And I feel like God almost forced me to see that that's neglectful to myself. And logistically, I knew that. Like, I should not be, so quick to like jump to help other people. But when I'm in need of help and support, to neglect that. I don't know. It was a big lesson I had to learn. And I think it was like a forced break that God gave to me, basically. And I'm not saying I'm a full-on people pleaser, because personally I've gotten really good at setting boundaries and making sure that I am taking care of myself. But specifically when it comes to work, like I really don't like taking days off. Like I just don't like doing that, even when I really need to or probably should. So God was kind of like, all right, you need a reality check. And I'm serving it to you whether you like it or not. And I do think sometimes the universe will force us to rest. If we don't do it for ourselves, like it's gonna happen. The universe is gonna make that happen for us. So I don't know, someone out there needed that message. Let's get into the tiles and charms. I wonder if it's blue. No, it's not. Red. Okay, gotcha. I saw fish right away. So the fish always makes me think of Pisces, though it doesn't have to be the case. Someone could be a fisherman in this connection. I'm also seeing dish. Somebody could be a chef. or maybe you and this person enjoy going out to eat together a lot or something. This is a blank, by the way, so you're welcome to fill that in with any letter you like. Anyway, we also have a rabbit. That always makes me think of like Alice in Wonderland kind of vibes, going down a rabbit hole. We also have a beetle coming out here and a red rose. This person definitely has romantic energy towards you, whether or not they've told you this directly or not. They do. They really love you. They care for you. They feel romantic feelings for you. And they feel like this whole connection has been a total trip. I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. They feel like this is like otherworldly in a lot of ways. All right. I'm going to pack this up and get your personal messages out and then hop straight into your extended reading. Now, these next two messages are meant to be just for you. It doesn't have to relate to this connection at all. I do this so you can recenter yourself and bring the energy and focus back towards you again. So your first personal message is the Finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. And then this is your affirmation of the day. I'm holding it up for those of you who would like to affirm it with me. You can do that by commenting it down below. Today, I am capable. Today, I will accomplish every goal that I set for myself. Lovely. I am leaving this reading here. Thank you all so much for joining. For those of you who are leaving me here today, thank you again. I really appreciate you and all of the support and being here with us today. For those of you who are joining us for the extended, you can find a link to that down below in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you over there as well. Bye for now, everyone.